From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, the Economic Growth Minister's promising she's putting supermarkets on notice. The government's announced a formal request for information on supporting a supermarket competitor for parties to enter or expand their offering on a national scale. It's expected this could mean around 60 to 70 stores nationwide. Considerations also include restructuring existing players in the market in a bid to tackle the supermarket duopoly. Nicola Willis says barriers could prevent a third player in the market, though intervention could help.
I want to see a new grocery competitor that can introduce competitive pressure, not just in one niche or region, but across the country.
A rahui is in place after a preschooler was killed in a dog attack in the Bay of Plenty. Emergency services were called after 2 people suffered dog bites in Katikati on Friday afternoon. A 4-year-old boy died shortly after arriving at the Katikati Medical Centre in a critical condition. Another person remains in hospital with moderate injuries. Local Tuapiro Marae spokesperson Sean Kingi says the rahui is in place until Wednesday.
Put on the land and the moana to stop gathering of shellfish and kaimoana, just to pay respect and homage to this kaupapa that's taken place.
A person has died following a light plane crash in Otago. The aircraft encountered trouble yesterday afternoon near Lake Hawea, north of Wanaka. Police say a second person was helicoptered to Dunedin Hospital in a critical condition. The Civil Aviation Authority has been notified and a scene guard has remained in place overnight. New Zealand's startup sector is believed to be far from gender neutral. Auckland University Business School research reveals the tech bro culture often associated with Silicon Valley is stifling the local innovation scene. The biggest barriers are unacknowledged gender bias and language of entrepreneurship. Senior lecturer Dr. Janine Swale says hypermasculinity is often celebrated in the sector. That's news. In sport, sprinter Eddie Osain-Kitia is on the cusp of breaking the 10-second barrier for the 100 metres. The 23-year-old has won 10.1 seconds for the University of Southern California at a collegiate meet in the United States, which is 0.07 of a second under his New Zealand national record. Unfortunately, the wind was just above the legal limit, meaning Fast Eddie's stellar time won't be ratified. The Crusaders aren't panicking despite a surprise 16-point loss to Moana Pacifica that has stopped them moving into first place on the Super Rugby table. Coach Rod Penny says he won't be changing their focus and direction ahead of a tough trip to Fiji.
There won't be a major overhaul, I don't think, of where we were planning to go, but it's certainly given us some massive food for thought.
The Reds are now top of the table. That's sport. I'm Sandy Hodge.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.